Hi, good day. Here I am again, Ms. TEXTBOOKS.gervaciololefie from Ozama City, and today I will be sharing to you about using textbooks or other forms of instructional materials. Are you ready? Okay. So a textbook is a framework which regulates and times the academic program. In the eyes of the learners, no textbook means no purpose. Without a textbook, learners think their learning is not taken seriously in many situations. How teachers use textbooks in other IMs. Facilitators of learning use references as a material from which they are simulated or motivated to create lessons for their classes. It also serves as resource books for ideas and activities rather than as instructional material. Textbooks are considered also as initial framework which must be adopted by each individual teacher to match the needs of their students. From these viewpoints, it can be deduced that textbooks can simply enhance teachers' effectiveness in that they probably do not reflect actual classroom practice. Some teachers tend to follow the sequence, methodology, pacing, and vocabulary for the following reasons: ease of organization of lessons, provide stability for the students, and assure that comparable instruction is being presented across courses, meet the needs of the students, although they were not specifically designed for particular groups of students, and meet the needs of the teacher. Why teachers use textbooks and other IMs? Teachers use textbooks and other instructional materials for various reasons. For one, textbooks are required by program administrators as a necessary component to standardize the curriculum. Two, regular development of any learning materials are extremely difficult and an arduous process for teachers. There is limited time to develop new materials due to the nature of the profession. There are external pressures that may restrict many teachers to develop new resources for use in the classroom. Most of the time, prescribed textbooks or course books fulfill the goals of the curriculum. However, the learner's needs are subjugated in favor of the limited possibilities of the text. Instructional materials should be seen as teachers' servants and not their masters. Methods of textbook evaluation. Educational theorists contend that there are at least three areas to assess. First, does the textbook meet the teaching objectives? Second, is there sufficient depth and breadth of the material? Third, will it need to be supplemented? Teachers must be aware how to judge the distance that exists between the first and the second areas and how to bridge it. If teachers spend substantial amounts of time preparing supplementary material, what purpose is the textbook serving for them? It is irresponsible for teachers to have students purchase textbooks that will not be used for maximum benefit. Many experts suggest a very detailed examination of a course book's language content. Cognitive and affective factors. Bloom's taxonomy of the cognitive domain, which assesses the processes of skills textbooks require learners to perform, is utilized by many experts. The rating of a textbook will directly reflect the level of skill it demands. For example, a book that uses synthesis and analysis would rate higher than one that demands only comprehension. A teacher must look beyond the goals of language learning. It must include issues such as learners' perceptions of knowledge, language and learning roles, and learners' worldview and general knowledge, as well as their affective and cognitive development. Authors must stress the necessity of placing language learning within the broader context of all learning and emphasize how knowledge and cognitive ability should be addressed in the creation of evaluation of materials. Authors must stress the necessity of placing language learning within the broader context of all learning and emphasize how knowledge and cognitive ability should be addressed in the creation of evaluation of materials. Using only textbooks from cover to cover without any supplemental material is not a satisfactory method for meeting students' needs. However, both teachers and students need a framework on which to build and enhance learning, and textbooks definitely provide this. It is important that instructors strike a balance, being a slave to their texts and providing organized, objective-based instruction. Textbooks alone cannot provide students with all the knowledge they require, but they are a major tool in enabling learners to progress. Now let's have criteria in textbook evaluation. The first is the content. In the content, we have here the objectives, subject matter, and the values. Second, the approach and methodology. Present subject matter logically using suitable and sufficient teaching aids. Second, involve students in active learning through appropriate and adequate activities, exercises, and other experiences. Utilize practical applications and real-life situations whenever possible. Use strategies that allow for the development of problem-solving skills and social skills. Develop higher cognitive skills and critical thinking, creativity, and allows for some student-initiated activities. And last, provide for individual differences, fast and slow, multiple intelligences. The third one, we have the physical features, authors, publishers, and others. For that, we have printing is clear, legible, and free of typographical errors. We have authors or writers or authorities on the subjects as attested to by their academic backgrounds, reputations, experiences, positions, and all others. We also have publisher has reputation for honesty, promptness, and reliability, and price is reasonable. And that's all about for textbooks and other forms of instructional materials and how they are being evaluated. That's all. Thank you so much for listening. And once again, this is Miss Lolefie Gervacio.